I like when God, I love to live a message I preach, right? I love that because it really allows me to see the goodness of God. You know, y'all probably don't want to go through nothing. Y'all probably don't want to deal with nothing. That ain't me, man. I mean, you know, God, let me see what's happening with you, God, man. Let me see how you really work. Let me see you really pull this off, right? I'm coming down the street on two lugs. I don't know if somebody tried to steal the tires or I broke all the lugs. I don't know what the word happened this morning. I'm Bird, what happened? Something happened, right? What goes along with the teaching, right? You know, yesterday I preached a message out of the 20th chapter of Numbers, right? And in Numbers is dealing with Aaron and dealing with Moses, right? The thing about it, people, I know what we've been taught, right? I know what we've been taught. I was taught the same thing, right? I'm gonna pull out. I'm just breaking it down. I'm gonna break it down to you. I'm gonna go in the first chapter of Deuteronomy, second chapter of Deuteronomy, third chapter of Deuteronomy, right? I'm gonna shoot to the 10th chapter of Joshua, grab some out of the 10th chapter of Joshua, and I'm gonna tie it into the 22nd chapter of Joshua, right? After I come out of Joshua, and I'm gonna pull out the book, I'm gonna show you the different places pertaining to the land, pertaining to the area, right? Because I want you to get a better understanding of what's going on. I know we've been told that the children of Israel was in the wilderness for 40 years. I'm going to break that down to you, right? I'm going to go in that 13th chapter. I'm going to break the 13th chapter down. I'm going to break the 12th chapter down. I'm going to walk numbers, right? And I'm going to show you the lies that we've been taught. People, listen. People say he say this, he say that. All right. God and I, we have that understanding. You know, we good now. We good. We good. We got out all that, right? Now, I say you can't teach me nothing because you're going to teach me what you think you know, right? Now, I'm going to go in that 32nd chapter of Deuteronomy. I'm going to break 32nd chapter of Deuteronomy down. I'm going to go in the first chapter of Joshua, right? Now, in the 32nd chapter of Joshua, I'm going to, come on, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? Everybody all right? Everybody good? Everybody safe? Everybody all right? You know me, I mess around, you know, riding around with two loves. I don't know if somebody was trying to steal my tires or what, but anyway, we ain't worried about that. We ain't let who I worry about that, right? I'm gonna pull out the Bible, right? I'm gonna go to the 32nd chapter of Deuteronomy. And the 32nd chapter of Deuteronomy is gonna tell me where Moses died and where Moses is at right now. If Moses wrote Deuteronomy, how he gonna write, or how could he have written where he died and where he was at, right? Impossible, right? Impossible. Okay, now we're gonna go in the first chapter of Joshua to get a better understanding of what Joshua did, right? Now we're gonna walk Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, Samuel, right? And the reason why I'm gonna go to Samuel, because when we get to Samuel, we deal with kings, right? Now, I'm gonna go back in Numbers and go slow, 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 slow. I have to go slow to get you, have you all with a better understanding. People, listen to me, right? Do you really trust God? Do you really trust God? Do you really understand the Bible? Do you really know it's written? Yesterday I preached a message, right? The message was the puzzle or the game. The puzzle or the game. Which one you want to play? You want to play the game or you want to do the puzzle? But because I'm going to teach you game, right? In teaching you game, putting together the puzzle, you have to understand Abraham. If you understand Abraham and where he was at in Canaan, if you understand Hagar, where she was at in Canaan, when they come through the wilderness, watch this, people. I'm going to give you game now. I'm going to give you the game. When they arrive at Kadesh of Barnea, right? Kadesh of Barnea, the key thing to the wilderness is the spies. That's the key thing to the wilderness. The spies. Watch this, people. From where they was at in a certain part of Egypt, all the way to the time to where they made it to where they are at Kadesh Barnea, where now he's sending the spies in the land, it was 11 days, right? A 11-day journey, right? 11 days, right? Okay. Moses sent the spies to spy out the land. They come back. right? It's 12, right? 12 spies, right? Caleb and Joshua is going to give a good report. But the other 10 is going to give whatever, oh, we can't do it, we this and that. Stop. You say the children of Israel were wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. From Egypt, where they were at, all the way to where they've made it to the spies, 11 days. If the spies went into Canaan, if the spies went into Canaan, an 11-day journey, help me with the 40 years. Just the game, people. I don't have to cuss no more. I don't have to do none of that. Put y'all on pure game. Now, if the spies go and spy out the land of Canaan and come back, where they went? Where they went? In the land of Canaan. But only 2 really trusted and believed in God. The other 10 didn't. So God said, okay, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. If I go in the 11th chapter, we have Miriam pumping up Aaron to go against Moses. Y'all tripping, bro. Y'all ain't been out here for 11 days. Y'all tripping. Then we're going to have the children of Israel going to rebel against God. Then we're going to have Moses and Aaron doubt God. So now you explain the Bible to me. Because if you ask me, after that 11-day journey, they're right there by Canaan. They went spying out the land. Where you get the 40 years from? That's all I was saying. And they were wandering. How can they be wandering if God is leading and guiding them? Make it make sense. Well, that's what the Bible says. Really, bro? Let me show you something. Read something to you. Come in Deuteronomy. I'm coming Joshua. Hold up, Numbers. Read something to you all, right? We done sat in these churches. They done hollered. They done cut a fool. They done did this and that, right? I'm not saying it to be facetious. There's nothing of that. None of that. I'm just saying they can't teach me nothing because they're going to try to teach me some old stuff. God, if you promised Abraham the land of Canaan, Abraham, where were you in Canaan? Hagar, where were you at in Canaan? So God, when they went spied out the land, what land they went spied out? The land of Canaan. Hold up, bro. I know they got to go across the Jordan. Why they got to go across the Jordan if they already at Kadesh and they could go into the... Explain that. Explain that. Okay, let me let you visualize it. I'm gonna read it to you. Put y'all on game, bitch. But am I gonna put you on pure game? Look at this, right? Let me read this to you first. Then we're gonna do that. Let me show you something, right? Now, say, Pastor, you got the right to speak up. Speak up. I need you to say something, right? If I go to the first chapter of Deuteronomy, right? In the first chapter of Deuteronomy, I'm going to deal with verse 19, right? Let's look at it and see what it says. Deuteronomy 1:19. And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all that great and terrible wilderness, which you saw by the way of the mount of the Amorites, as the Lord our God command us. And we came to Kadesh Barnea. God command y'all to go a certain way, or y'all just wandering? If God commanding y'all to go a certain way, How could y'all be wondering? Watch this. First chapter. Let's go to the second chapter. Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea, as the Lord spoke unto me. And we compassed Mount Seir many days. And the Lord spoke unto me, saying, You have compassed this mountain long enough, turn you northward, and command thou the people, saying, You are to pass through the coast of your brethren, the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you. Take you good heed unto yourselves. Therefore, if God is telling me go this way, and then God say go that way, and then God said you're gonna be over here, how am I wandering? Make it make sense. Let's get a little deeper. Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna read this to you now. I'm gonna break it down now. I want you all to start thinking, man. Don't let nobody play y'all no more. Don't let nobody play y'all no more, right? Watch this and read something to you. If I'm wrong, tell me now. Tell me now. When I'm wrong, say, Pastor Mike, you're wrong. Watch this. In the 34th chapter of Deuteronomy 34, I'll start at 4. The Lord said unto him, This is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thy eyes, but thou shalt not go over there, Moses. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? If Moses dead, it's telling us where Moses is buried. Who wrote this? We are in Deuteronomy. Who wrote this? So you're going to tell me a dead man wrote this? Who wrote it? If Moses dead, who wrote this? I'm in the 34th chapter of Deuteronomy. If I go to the first chapter of Joshua, now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spoke unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Joshua. Where y'all at, Joshua? If Moses dead, God telling you Moses dead, where are you, Joshua? This is where they started in Egypt, right? This is where they started. They're going to go this way, right? They're going to come back up to Kadesh, Beersheba, right? This is where they begin to wander. This is where all their problems start, right here, right? From here to here was 11 days. But this is where they begin to cut a fool, right here, right here. And this is where they send the 12 spies in the land. Let me give you a better understanding. Let me give you a better understanding. Let's go. Let's go here. Give you a better understanding, right? This is Canaan. See, Canaan. This is Canaan. This is where they was at in Goshen, right? This is where they were in Goshen. This is where they're going to be when they go into the land, right? Okay, let's get a better understanding. Let me give you a better picture. Give you a better picture. What this says right here. What does this say? Kadesh or Beersheba. This is where they are. This is where they started. They're going to go down here. They're going to come back here, right here. This is Canaan, right? This is Canaan, right? This is Canaan, right or wrong? This is Canaan, right? This is where they are, Kadesh or Beersheba. We know after they cut a fool, now they got to come way up here and come across the Jordan into Canaan. But when they left here, boom, they're right here by Canaan. This Canaan right here. So they come in Kadesh Beersheba right here. It's like I'm from Louisiana, right? But I'm from New Orleans. You say I'm in Louisiana. Where are you? I'm up here in Shreveport. Well, I'm down here in New Orleans. So If I'm in New Orleans, I'm still in Louisiana. I'm just in this part of Louisiana. So now when the children of Israel leave Egypt, they're going to be right here by the promised land. And so he sends the spies in to spy out the promised land right here. Right here. 11 days. 11 days. This the thing, people. We've been preached to, not taught. We've been preached to, not taught. I'm going to go back in Numbers. In the 12th chapter, what happens? What happens in the 12th chapter? Miriam and Aaron is talking about Moses. God said, I hear what y'all saying. I hear what y'all saying. Yesterday, right? The church we in they was having an anniversary, right? So the pastor over the association, he jibby jabbing. He jibby jabbing, right? But I know he's talking about me. Why? Because one day I was in there, I was balking. See, they want a church. I have a church. They want members. We all members. I don't want what they want. But once again, it's about the pimp game. I'm going to teach y'all a game. I ain't going to game on you. See, they get excited about that. That don't excite me. When you get to know God and get to know God for yourself, that what excites me. When you get a better understanding of this word, that what excites me. Not no church. Not no church. I have church every day. Not no church. I have thousands of people show up every day. So they ain't even on my level. They're not even on my level. They can't teach me nothing. But as I say, from here to here, it's 11 days. But right here is where they begin to cut the food. Why? Because now he going to send the spies into the land of Canaan to spy out the land. But the problem is, 10 of them not going to have a good report. Okay, let's pick the Bible up. Let's walk the Bible. Let's get a better understanding. If I go to Joshua, come here, Joshua, let me show you something. Now, I want y'all to really think. I'm going to hit you hard. I'm just breaking it down, but I'm going to teach it to you, right? I'm going to teach it to you. Clown. In the 10th chapter of Joshua, right? I'll start at verse 40. So Joshua smote all the countries of the hill, and all the south, and of the vale, and the springs, and all their kings. He left none remaining, but utterly destroyed all the breadth, as the Lord of Israel commanded. And Joshua smote them from Kadesh Barnea, even unto Gaza, and all the country of Goshen, even unto Gibson. This is why I tell y'all, stay focused on Gaza. So now, you tell me, Joshua, if I go back in that 13th chapter, Joshua, of Numbers, let's break it down now. If I go in this 13th chapter of Numbers, in the 13th chapter of Numbers, and the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Every tribe of their fathers shall you send a man, one, a ruler among them. So in the 13th chapter, now you're sending spies to spy out the land. From Kadesh Barnea to Egypt is 11 days. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I go back to the 12th chapter, in the 12th chapter, and Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman who he had married, for he married an Ethiopian woman. 12, Aaron and Miriam tripping on Moses. Miriam gonna die. 13, now he's sending spies in the land, but only 2 is gonna come back with a good report. That's Caleb and Joshua. Out of almost 2 million people that left Egypt, only Caleb and Joshua, out of the original that come out of Egypt, is going to be the only two make it to Canaan. Now, if this is Canaan, this is Kadesh Barnea, this is Egypt, from here to here, it's 11 days. Right here, they had already went into the land of Canaan. But the thing is, they didn't trust God. They didn't believe God. So now, for us to say, and they was in the wilderness wandering it 40 years, that's a lie. That's a lie. They wasn't wandering for no 40 years. Matter of fact, they wasn't wandering at all. Because according to Deuteronomy, Moses said, and God said go this way, and God said go that way, and God said do this, and God said do that. If God is leading and guiding and directing you, how are you wandering? But that's because we've been preached to, not taught. When they got right here at Kadesh Barnea, they began to rebel against God. Aaron and Miriam is talking about Moses. 10 of the spies going to come back with a bad report. They're going to go against him at Korah. The ground going to open. Look at all the stuff that happened once they got here. This is where they begin to wander. This is where they begin to go in a complete circle. God say, y'all want to do y'all? Do y'all. Do y'all. Whatever make y'all happy. So now when we get to Joshua, Joshua give us a better understanding of what was happening. Now, watch this. If God said Moses is dead, Joshua, where are you at this point? Are you still on your way to the promised land? Have you crossed over the Jordan? Is this before the Jordan, during the Jordan, or after the Jordan? Because Moses, you on top of the hill. God said, look south, look east, look north, look west, because you can't lead the people. So Moses, you don't know exactly when they went to the land. But Moses, you said, we wandered for 40 years. How could y'all be wandering for 40 years? When God was leading and guiding y'all, that's the first thing, Moses. Second thing, why would God make a promise to Abraham and then cause his seed to wander if they didn't do anything? Second thing, if you don't understand Abraham, Sarah, Hagar, Ishmael, you won't understand what happened. If I go in the 12th chapter of Numbers and I tie the 12th chapter of Numbers with the 12th chapter of Exodus, now I'm going to get a geographical materialist of things that took place in a certain area, which now going to give me a better understanding. Oh, so Abraham, you was in the land of Canaan. Yeah, Mike. Sarah. Yeah, Mike. Hagar. Yeah, Mike. Explain something to me, because they done left out a lot of stuff about this Bible. Explain it to me. Numbers, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Come in Deuteronomy. Come in Deuteronomy. I got to walk you. I got to walk you. We're just breaking it down now. We're just breaking it down. Because they're quick to get in their feelings because they're not listening. How you going to defend what you don't know? How can you defend what you do not know? You telling me what's written. Did Moses have back then what we have today? Because in Joel he said, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Did Moses have the spirit of God in him? God was always talking to Moses. Is not that what he told Aaron and Miriam? I talked to Moses mouth to mouth. Everything in this Bible, people, God did not tell man to write. God didn't tell man to write every single word. That's the part y'all fail to realize. In the 34th chapter of Deuteronomy. And Moses went up in the mountain and plains of Moab and the mountain of Nebo to the top of Pisgah, that the over against Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan. So you're going to go over there by that mountain, right? And you'll be able to see Jericho. So to travel from here all the way up there, yeah. Miriam, you're going to die. Aaron, you're going to die. All y'all rebelling against Moses, y'all going to die. During the years that they were wandering, look at all the people who died. Key word right here. And to go to the top of Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. Jericho. When they come across the Jordan, the first place they're going to run into is Jericho. Jericho, soon as they get across the Jordan, there you go, Jericho. Jericho. This is why God had them to march around the walls. This is why God said, shout. Jericho came down. No more Jericho. Why you in church? We got to shout and bring down the walls of Jericho. God already did that. God destroyed Jericho because when they came through the land, Jericho was right there in the middle. Jericho was right there in the middle. I took care of y'all these years, right? Y'all trust and believe in me, right? Now I need y'all to walk around the roads and watch what I do right here. Jericho, boom. No more Jericho. So come on, y'all, come on. Y'all go this way, y'all go that way. Why? Because I gave everybody a piece of the land. But y'all with this goofy stuff in church. Shout! Shout! What you shouting for? Give God his credit for what he have already done for you. Give God his credit for how he have blessed you. Give God his credit for how he have kept you. Y'all sitting up under this old foolishness. That's why we say the dumbest things. Okay, well, explain this to me. Explain this to me. In the south, in the plain of the valley of Jericho, in the city of palm trees, in Zoar. And the Lord said unto them, this is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, unto Jacob, saying, give unto thy seed, and I cause thee to see it with thy eyes, but thou shalt not over it. And Moses was 120 years old when he died. When he died. And his eyes was not dim, nor his nature forced a bit. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. Who wrote this? Who the world wrote this if Moses dead? If Moses dead, who wrote this? We in Deuteronomy, we ain't Joshua yet. Moses dead. I ain't seen a dead man right yet. I'm just picking on y'all. I'm gonna show you. Joshua is putting us on game about kings, right? After we deal with Joshua, we're gonna be in Judges because now we're in the land of Canaan. After we deal with Judges, we run into Ruth. After Ruth, Samuel. Who wrote Ruth? Who wrote Ruth? And where did he write Ruth from? Did Samuel write Ruth coming off of Judges while they were in Canaan? Because Samuel got credit for writing Ruth. Joshua gonna get the credit for writing the end of Deuteronomy. Come at Deuteronomy. I don't want you for your full chapter. In the 3rd chapter of Deuteronomy, I'll start at verse 1. Then we turned and went up the way of Bashan. And the king of Bashan, came out against us, and he and all his people to battle at Edrei. Who did this? Who fight? You Moses? Or you Joshua? Are y'all in Canaan yet? Or y'all fighting before y'all get to Canaan? Explain this book, man. Explain this book. Two weeks ago, we dealt with what happened pertaining to the Passover, unleavened bread, the whole 9 yards, right? If you don't know the 12th chapter of Exodus, explain to me the 12th chapter of Numbers. Because the 12th chapter of Exodus goes along with the 12th chapter of Numbers. If from here to here, whoop, whoop, is an 11-day journey, where the 40 years come from? That's all I said. It was simple. If from here to here is 11 days, where the 40 years come from? Twelfth chapter, Miriam and Aaron go against Moses. 13th chapter is the key chapter. The 13th chapter is the key chapter in the wilderness, because this is where it's proof they don't trust God. I sent 12 of y'all to go spy the land out. Only 2 of y'all come with a good report. So 10 of y'all don't trust God. Miriam, I heard what you and Aaron over there doing. Y'all talking about Moses like he a dog. Now I need you to go and have some people spy out the land. Yesterday, the church had their anniversary. But we in there, right? One of my members there. But the dude who over the organization, jibby jabbing, running his mouth. Say, bro, I don't care about y'all associations. I don't care about y'all churches. All y'all fake. Every last one of y'all. Y'all running behind something. I won't run behind God. What good is a church? What good is a lot of members if they don't know God? But God said, Mike, let it go. Don't even mess with it. Why? Because after they come back and I see they really don't trust me and believe in me, after I sat there and listened to what Aaron and Miriam was saying about Moses, after I seen how they deal with Korah, after this, Mike, I said, okay, I know I'm going to deal with y'all from now on. Aaron, you out of here. Keep your eye on the snake. That's the only way you're going to survive. You got to keep your eye on the snake. So many snakes in the churches is unbelievable. So many snakes in these organizations is unbelievable. I don't follow organization, I follow God. Now what? Because guess what? Explain this book to me. I guarantee you, all you head people over these organizations, y'all don't know none of this Bible. Y'all co-faking, co-misleading God's people. And the same thing happened to Miriam. The same thing happened to Aaron. The same thing happened to the people at Korah. The same thing gonna happen to y'all, Pastor, because you reap what you sow. We on our way to the holy city. We on our way to the New Jerusalem. And you're gonna die right here in the wilderness while we on our way. And guess what? Bury him. Bury him. You think it's a game? You better read your Bible, pastors. All you fake jokers, you better read your Bible. Miriam, what happened to you, babe? What happened to you? I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to read it for you. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman who he married. And he had married an Ethiopian woman, and they said, has the Lord indeed spoke only by Moses? Has he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Mike, what's up, God? Mike, them jokers talking about you. Ah! Mike, them jokers talking about you. What they say, God? I'm going to deal with them. I'm going to deal with them. But they over the organization, God. Mike, I'm going to deal with them. I'm going to deal with them, Mike. So you mean to tell me them clowns? Mike, I'm going to deal with it. Mike, you continue to teach my people. You trust me, right? You believe me, right? Watch, I deal with them. I heard him talking about you. I know they be talking about you. Watch this. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spoke suddenly unto Moses, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam. Come out, you three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And the three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth. God see, and God knows. God see, and God knows. See, where you was at, Moses? Mike, I'm over there, right? I'm doing something, right? But I ain't know, Mike, that's my sister, bro. That's my brother. I know they felt like that about me. I'll wait. I remember saying, Pastor, he started talking about you, right, Pastor? Then the dude said, oh, that's his member over there. Oh, he not man enough to say how he really feel? He not man enough to say how he really feel? But God heard it. And God heard. God, what happened? Watch this. Watch this. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in the vision, and I will speak unto him in dreams. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful all my house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apprehendedly, and not in a dark speech. What happened up, Mike? I'm talking to Moses mouth to mouth, Mike. Oh, they get this garbage from they doing in these churches. I don't know, they go fake it. Explain it. And they was in the wilderness, wandering for 40 years. Hold up, God, man. How could they be wandering if you leading, directing them, Mike? After Miriam did what she did, I backed up. After the spies came back with the report they came with, Mike, I backed up. Well, who's going to lead and guide them? Let them do them. They know everything. They got it all together. Shop up and be, yeah. Go do y'all. Do y'all. But you better remember, all y'all running your mouth, watch this. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked on Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. And Aaron said unto Moses, Allah, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, whom of the flesh is half consumed, when he come out of his mother's womb. What you done did to her, God? What you done did to her, God? What you did to her, God? Mike, I'm going to do a lot of them. Let them keep playing with you. I'm going to do a lot of them. God going to deal with you. Remember now, they have reached a certain area. Before this, they wasn't cutting the food. Now they cutting the food. Aaron and Miriam. He going to send the 12 spies. They going to come back with a bad report. 14. And the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses. Hold up, what y'all doing? I done brought y'all here. That's why your pastor said, It was an 11-day journey. What else happened, Pastor? And the children of Israel wandered for 40 years, and it was supposed to be just 11 days. Okay, well, explain it, Pastor. Explain what happened. So that's all you know? So were they wandering for 40 years? According to the Bible. When Miriam and Aaron go against Moses, okay, do y'all. When the children of Israel go against Moses, okay, do y'all. When they come back with a bad report, okay, do y'all. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. In the 20th chapter, Aaron and Moses, God say, speak to the rock. You struck the rock. You struck it twice. Because y'all doubted me, Aaron and Moses. Aaron, you're going to die. Moses, go on top of that mountain and look over. You ain't going to lead them. You're not going to lead them. So at what point did they make it to Canaan? Because Moses is going to travel with them. And when they get to a certain point, well, when he get on the mountain and can see the Jordan, because he couldn't see the Jordan. He couldn't see the Jordan from Kadesh Barnea. He couldn't see the Jordan down here. But when they went up this way, getting ready to cross over the Jordan, he was on the mountain. We got to come through Edom. We got to come through Moab. We got to go through Bible. Y'all been lying and faking in these churches. Know what y'all really been doing? Robbing God out of his glory. The children of Israel travel from here down this way because God had to bring them all around the Egyptians' military. They had trade posts all through here. So God strategically brought them through here. As they're coming up, they stop right here. They were in the land right here, right at Kadesh Barnea. This is the land right here. This is the land right here. But this is where they begin to rebel. And when they rebel against God, now they just gonna wander right here. They're just gonna wander right. They're just gonna wander right here. So now you explain to me. Because it wasn't 40 years. They were wandering in the wilderness. It wasn't no 40 years. They were in the wilderness 40 years, but they wasn't wandering 40 years. They did not start wandering until they start rebelling. That's why the church so messed up today. A bunch of leaders rebelling against God. A bunch of leaders rebelling against the word of God. Aaron, what happened? Mike, I died right after that. Moses, what happened? Mike, he fired me. He hired Joshua. So all you old preachers, y'all time been up. Some of y'all gonna die real soon. Some of y'all can only see what's gonna happen. Y'all will never be a part of it. Now what? That's the word of God. Take it or leave it. We get to the 15th chapter. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say to them, when you become into the land of your inhabitants, which I give unto you, I will make an offering by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, a sacrifice, and performing a vow and a freewill offering in your solemn feast, to make a sweet savor unto the Lord of the herd of the flock. So God, what happened? I told Moses, brother, the people, tell the people, you said, bro, when y'all get to where y'all going, I'm gonna do the offering for y'all. But Moses, you ain't gonna lead us in the land. I'm gonna do it before y'all get over there, man. But when these preachers be coming talking about you gotta do a sin offering, you gotta do a free will offering. Now, hold up. Y'all did that in the wilderness. Did y'all have to do that when y'all got to Canaan? No, Mike. No, Mike, I took care of before they got to Canaan. What the world these jokers doing in these churches? I'll wait. Boy, they've been telling a lot of lies. They've been telling a lot of lies, God. That's why I'm going to deal with them, Mike. You see what happened to Aaron, huh? God, why Aaron had to die? First of all, he doubted me, him and Moses. Not Aaron and Moses doubting you, God. Yeah, Mike, they doubted me. Already was going to get it for what he did when he built that golden calf, Mike. You reap what you sow with me, Mike. Remember now, Mike, read Numbers. I dealt with you with debt, Mike. I killed you. No, God, you're not that kind of God. Well, you better read, Mike. I'll kill you in a minute, Mike. No, God, Mike. Don't play with me, Mike. I'll wait. I'll run numbers down y'all throat. Watch this. Get in the 16th chapter. Now Korah and the sons of Ashar, the sons of Kohath, and the sons of Levi, and Dan, and Abram, and the sons of Elab, and On, the sons of Peleg, and Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moses with a certain children of Israel, 250 princes, and assembled famous in the congregation men, and they went against Moses. What the world? Moses, everybody going against you. Why they wandering, Mike? That's why they wandering. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You want me to keep going? You want me to keep going? Yo, that one verse, you one verse jokers. A 11-day journey, they made it to Canaan in 11 days. But when the spies came back with a bad report and only 2 had a good report, God said, I can't do nothing with that. Now, y'all gonna influence them, but I'm already ready to knock fire out, y'all. Y'all know, tell you what, but y'all do y'all, bro. Say Caleb and Joshua, I got y'all, but y'all gonna be all right. So now God get to the point where he said everything 20 years and over, y'all gonna die right here in the wilderness. God, you can't kill all the old people, Mike. They don't believe in me anyway. God, you can't kill all the old people, Mike. They don't trust in me, Mike. They stiff-necked and they hard-headed, Mike. I'd rather raise up a whole new generation of people gonna trust me, who gonna believe me and follow my word. But Pastor said this and Pastor said that. How? He don't know a damn thing. I'll wait. And the children of Israel wandered for 40 years. Y'all been lying all these years. Y'all been lying. Because in 11 days, they went in the land of Canaan. Where did the spies go? Where did the spies go? Into the land of Canaan. The bad part is they didn't trust God. So what you said, Joshua? Mike, I believe we can handle it. I know we can handle it. What you say, Caleb? Let's do it, baby. What you say? Man, they got people like grasshoppers. What you say? Man, it was some, what you say? It's giants. What you say? So only 2 of y'all got a good report, right? Y'all don't believe, right? So from the 12th chapter all the way to the 20th chapter of Numbers, who did right by God? Who? Who did right by God? Other than Caleb and Joshua, who came with a good report. Who did right by God? 17. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, and take every one them a rod according to the house of their father, and of all their princes according to the house of their father, 12 rods. Write thou every upon the rod, and thou shalt write Aaron's name upon the rod of Levi. Why, God? See, why in the 17th chapter of Numbers, he would tell Moses, God tell Moses to do that? Because now, Mike, it's about the priesthood getting into place. Other than that, Mike, who was they following? Who were they trusting? Who were they believing? Oh, Lord, that's why you ain't never say this, Pastor. Mike, I can't teach what I don't know. Pastor, can you teach at all? All you know how to do is preach. Oh, my bad, that's shade. I ain't gonna do that. We can't do that. God should be nice. God should be nice. Watch this. In the 18th chapter, well, let's go to verse 1. Gotta go to verse 1. Gotta go to verse 1. And the Lord said unto Aaron, thou and thy sons and thy father's house with thee shall bear the iniquities of the sanctuary, and thou and thy son thee shall bear the iniquity of the priesthood. Why? Because in the 17th, we putting you in place now, Aaron. We letting y'all know what y'all gonna have to bear and what y'all gonna have to do with the people. So now we get in 18. Y'all ready, Aaron? Y'all ready to do your job? Because guess what, Aaron? You about to die. You about to be out the game, Aaron. So I got to make sure you teach your sons. 18 and 19 says, and all the heave offering and the holy things which the children of Israel offered unto the Lord have I given thee, and the sons and thy daughters thee by the statute forever. It is a covenant of salt before the Lord of the holy thy seed with thee. And the Lord spoke unto Aaron, thou shalt have no inheritance in their land, neither shalt thou have any part among them, and I am thy part, and I am thy part, and thy inheritance among the children of Israel. That's why they beg y'all, because they don't trust God. But God told Aaron them, say, bro, I'm y'all part. I'm your inheritance. Y'all faith, y'all trust, y'all belief, everything should be in me. I already know where y'all headed, baby. Y'all headed to a land where they serve nobody but Baal. I know where you come from. You come from them Egyptians. This is why I'm trying to mold you and shape you and prepare you for where you're going. But no, all y'all want to do is rebel. So y'all just walking around in a circle. Y'all just walking around in a circle. So now let me get the sanctuary in place. Let me get these people in place. Why? I can't have y'all just walking around in a circle. I promised Abraham that I will give y'all the land. So now y'all got to get to the land. But look at all the stuff that happened while they were wandering, for those years of wandering. When you don't obey God, you will wander. When you rebel against God, you will wander. That's why the church is empty. That's why we got to run game on y'all. That's why I got to beg you to come preach by me, and I got to preach by you. No, I'm going to stay over here. You stay over there. Why? Do what God called you to do. I'm going to do what God called me to do. I don't need to bring my people by you, and you need to bring your people by me. Why? For what? For what? To beg for more money? For what? My people are going through enough. My people have enough going on. I don't need to bring them by you for you to beg them for some money following their pastor. I don't do that. And I don't promote that. That's pure church garbage. Come on, Doc. You got to have an anniversary, Doc. The hell I look like? God called me to do it. And when God ready for me to stop doing it, he gonna kill me from not doing what he called me to do. What the hell is a damn anniversary? Ain't no such thing as no anniversary. It's past the anniversary. What? What? Moses, how many anniversaries you had in the wilderness, Moses? Moses, you built the first church, Moses. You built the tabernacle in the wilderness, Moses. How many? Aaron, how many anniversaries you had, Aaron? Name them, Aaron. Joshua, you led the children of Israel into the wilderness. How many anniversaries you had, Joshua? Negro run game on y'all, boy. Run cold game on y'all, but don't put y'all on game. I don't be no damn fool for nobody. Watch this. 19. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, and see as Aaron, saying, this is the ordinance of the law, which the Lord hath commanded, saying, speak unto the children of Israel that they bring thee a red heifer without spot, wherein the blemish, and without for name came yoke, and you shall give her unto Eleazar the priest. Hold up, God. I'm Aaron. I'm Aaron, the brother. You about to die. You already done messed up. But you messed up when you built the golden calf with me. You messed up when you sided with Miriam with me. Now you're going to mess up in a few more days because I know you're about to doubt me, Aaron. I'm about to kill you. So get Eleazar together, your son, so he can take over what's going to happen from here on out. I finished. Watch this. Verse 1. In the 20th chapter. Then came the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, in the desert of Zin, in the first month of the people, abode in Kadesh, and Miriam died. And Miriam died. And Miriam died there and was buried there. And there was no water for the congregation, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and Aaron. I'm going to give y'all a chance to fix it now. I'm going to give you a chance to fix it. Remember the first time? I told you to strike the rock. Now, Miriam dead. She dead. Y'all done buried her. But listen, Moses, Aaron, I'm going to give y'all another chance. I need you to speak to the rock. I need you to speak to the rock. And the people contended with Moses and spoke, saying, will God that we had died when our brethren died before the Lord? And why have you brought up the congregation of the Lord into this wilderness, that we and our cattle shall die there? Go back and study, right? Solomon says, life and death is in the power of the tongue, right? Solomon, where you get that from? Where you get that from? Mike. When they was in the wilderness, right? They said, why you brought us out here, Moses? God brought us out here to die? Where you get it from, Solomon? God told Moses, say, Moses, I heard what they said. It didn't come out my mouth, Moses. It came out their mouth. So since they say I brought them out here to die, that's what's going to happen to them. They're going to die. They're going to die. But come on, God. You're such a merciful God. You're such a loving God. You're such a kind God. Mike, don't go against me. I'm going to show you what kind of God I am when you go against me, Mike. Huh? Go against me and see what happens to you, Mike. If I tell you go that way, you better get going. But Pastor said don't do it like this. Pastor said don't talk like that. Pastor said, Mike, what I told you to do. Do what I told you to do. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and they fell upon their faces. And the glory of the Lord appeared unto them. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, take the rod, and gather thou assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak you unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth them water out of the rock, so that thou give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Lord as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, as he said unto them, hear now, you rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and Moses struck the rock. What's wrong with this fool? What the world wrong with this fool? I give you the rod. I tell you to speak to the rock. What's wrong with this fool? But God, it was getting on my nerves, God. So I had to talk to him crazy. God, that was getting on my nerves. So, say, bro, listen. Go back to 12. You don't think I heard Aaron and Miriam talking about you? Go back to 13. You don't think I know what the spies came back and said? Go back to 14. You don't know I know that. I already know what's happening. Listen, no matter how they act, that's not how you should act. I told you to speak to the rod. You represent me, right? You're doing what I called you to do, right? So when people get on your nerves and upset you, you're going to act the way you want to act, or you're going to act as a representative of me. I already told you what to do. I already told you how to handle. But God, Watch this. With his rod, he struck the rock twice, and the water came out abundantly. And the congregation drank, and their beasts also. And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron, because you believe me not, and to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore you shall not bring this congregation in the land which I have given them. What the world just happened here? Aaron, what happened? What we did? Moses, what we did? He said, we did not sanctify him in the presence of the people. Oh, what you mean we didn't sanctify you? We holy. We speak in tongues. We pour oil. Mike, you understand the word sanctify? Sanctify means to set apart. I told them to speak to the rock. If they would have spoke to that rock, Mike, and them people would have seen that water came out, Mike, he already had struck the rock. He struck the rock before. They was amazed with that. So now, just imagine how amazed they would have been if he would have spoke to the rock as my representative. Mike, him and Aaron both, talking to both of them in the tabernacle. I didn't just tell Moses. I didn't just tell Aaron. Go back. I told Aaron and Moses. Aaron could have stopped him. Remember, he hit it twice. When he swung that first time, did Aaron stop him? No. When he swung the second time, did Aaron stop him? No. Aaron and Moses both doubted me. So God said, Mike, from now on, I just need you to teach them. You got their attention, now teach them. You don't have to cuss them. You don't have to holler. You don't have to call them names. You don't do none of that no more, Mike. I allowed you to do it there. But now here, sanctify me in the presence. Let them know. Ain't nowhere in the world one man gonna sit in no backyard and know all of that. I want them to see who I am, Mike, not who you are. Moses showed them who he was. I don't need them to see you. I need them to see me. I said, okay, God, let's do this then. Uh-oh. So now, the members say, Pastor, the man started talking about you, and to the other man say, that's his member right there. Whether the member was there or not, speak how you feel. So I already know y'all fake. But y'all go over there. Now we just gonna run this Bible. We're gonna get a better understanding of this Bible. So now, we understand now, from here to here was 11 days. But right here at Kadesh of Benira is where y'all started to rebel. And when y'all rebelled, the world I'm doing. I'm gonna find it. Come here, Paige. Oh, we got. I'm just breaking it down. I'm gonna teach it this week. Break it down. Just breaking it down, so that you all would have a better understanding, man. They got us. We ain't mad though. They got us. We can't knock the fact that they didn't get us. What all I was trying to do is get you all to understand. Jesus said, Peter, they're trying to trick me, right? How they trying to trick you, Jesus? They're going to ask me about paying taxes. So I'm sharper than them, right, Mike? I told Peter, say, bro, go to the river, pull a fish up, right? And you pull a fish up, put your hand in that fish mouth. Take it, take what's in that fish mouth, come back and holler at me. Peter, go to the fish, go to the river, get the fish, take it out the fish mouth, come back to Jesus. Peter was on there. Caesar, get to them. Render Caesar's was Caesar's. God's was God's. Jesus, how you knew that fish had money in his mouth? And how you knew that when he grabbed the fish out the water, that the money that was in the fish mouth would have Caesar on it? God, why you told Moses go to the top of the mountain and look into Jericho? Because Mike, I brought them across the Red Sea, but I'm going to bring them across the Jordan. You always got to go across the water. That's why, Mike, when you study Numbers, you learn about the two trumpets. The trumpets are in representation on what went forth and how it was blown. So when you get to the 7th chapter of Revelation, after you tell them about the 144,000, you go into that 8th chapter and you say you go to trumpet judgments. But you got to understand what happened with the children of Israel on their way to the promised land when I told them about the two trumpets. So now, all I'm saying is, say, bro, help me understand this here. No. Stop lying on that Bible, man. Stop lying on that Bible. One thing about God, he'll reveal it to you. He will reveal it to you. All I said was, they wasn't wandering for 40 years. Not that they was not in there for 40 years. They were not wandering 40 years. Why would God call you out of Egypt? Why would God call you out of slavery to have you wandering? God already knew that the time was up, according to what he told Abraham, 13th chapter. According to what he told Abraham, 15th chapter. God knew the time was up. But to get a full understanding, you get the Exodus, you got to know that 12th chapter. Because if you don't know that 12th chapter of Exodus, you'll never get the 12th chapter of Numbers. Because this is where it all starts. Well, God, they're wandering. Well, I be. So it wasn't 40 years. It was near 40 years. It wasn't quite 40 years, Mike. But it was near 40. So we just rounded off and said 40. Because 40 is a good number with me, Mike. Look how many kings. 3 kings reigned for 40 years, Mike. Joshua is a representation of kings. Because Joshua have to fight against who? The kings. "12, the tabernacle. 13, Moses break the tablets. 13, the quail. 14, Miriam dies. 15, the return of the spies. So after 14, we get to 15, boom, we done made it to Kadesh. The spies didn't believe him. After the spies, 16, presumptuous Israel defeated. 17, the earth swallowed up at Korah. 18, Moses strikes the rock. 19, the death of Aaron. Look what happens when you wander. None but death. Started with Miriam, ended with Aaron. Started with Miriam, ended with Aaron. After the death of Aaron, now we got to keep our eyes on the snake. We ain't wandering no more. We ain't wandering no more. We on our way, boom, to the promised land. So, very simple question. Why y'all been lying in these churches? When you tell lies, people take their eyes off of God. It was always God leading. It was always God guiding. It was always God protecting. It never was about them. It was always about God. But the minute we make it about us, people don't know God. How did they get to that point where now they are rebelling? How did they get to this point? They're rebelling. Like the pimp say, Cyrus, I'm with you. Billy, how about you, Top? How about you, Milky Way? How about you, Sugar? Sweet. How about you, Billy? Okay. How about you, Willie? Because I know you're a snake. I know you don't mean me no good. I know you're going to storm out here. I know you're going to get mad. Because guess what? We got to get to the promised land. So all the people that God knew was going to cause a problem, died. All the people that God knew is going to be a problem, they're going to die. Pastor Mike, you heard Bishop so-and-so died? Already knew. Pastor Mike, you know Pastor so-and-so died, huh? Already knew. You don't play with God, bro. You don't play with God. These jokers been in these churches playing with God. If that's what you want to run behind, God got something for you. God got something for you. Y'all look good in these churches with all that faking. Y'all look good in these churches with all that lying. God got something for you. Every last one of you. He said everything 20 and over, y'all gonna die right here in the wilderness. I don't need no hard head. I don't need no stiff neck. I don't need no think they know it all. What you call them, Moses? I call them a bunch of rebels. What you call them, Moses? Mike, I call them a bunch of rebels. Moses, you can't talk about the people. Moses, you shouldn't say that, Mike, there was a bunch of rebels. How, Moses? Mike, you gonna see. You gonna see. So God said, Mike, don't do that no more. Just teach him. Show it to him. Read it to him. Clean your hands, son. Clean your hands. Because everything you giving them is because I gave it to you. You wouldn't know it if I didn't give it to you. So just give it to them. Don't force it on them. Don't force it on them. Don't force it on them. Give it to them. So now, I already know. You can't really explain to me how, who wrote the end of Deuteronomy? Joshua. How much of this other stuff you wrote pertaining to Numbers in Deuteronomy? Or was it all strictly written by Moses? We know that's impossible because can't no man write about what happened once he died. So that kills that. So now, here we go. Joshua, did y'all make it in the land of Canaan yet? No, Mike, we got to go across the Jordan. So Moses, while they getting ready to go across the Jordan, where are you? Oh, I'm dead, Mike. Well, how you know it 40 years? But Mike, come on now. I rounded off, Mike. Well, why you said he was wandering? Mike, if I didn't believe God, if I doubted God, and I said it was wandering, you gonna believe me? You got a point there, Moses. You got a point there, Moses. Because Moses, they go, Mike, listen. You're a human, Mike. Don't ever think you're going to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. You're a human, Mike. You're going to do a lot of things, Mike. Remember Paul said, that what I want to do, I don't do. But that what I don't want, I always find myself doing. Mike, as long as you stay focused on God, you're going to be all right. Aaron and I, we didn't focus on God. We was focusing on how we felt towards the people, knowing that God talked to us, so we thought we was better than them. We thought we were bigger than them. But God showed us different. Just like He gonna do all you good fake church people. He gonna show y'all different. Because y'all think y'all better than people. Because y'all talk to God. But you better remember, those are God's people. Those are God's people. Those are God's people you mishandling. Those are God's people you mistreating. Those are God's people you not properly feeding. Those are God's people you doing any kind of way. Don't you ever forget, those are God's people. I don't care if they're cowardly. I don't care if they're dense. I don't care if they're outcasts. I don't care if they're sinners. It don't matter to God. Still theirs. That joker with that needle in his arm right now as we speak, he's still God's. That joker smoking that pipe right now, he's still God's. That poet, that joker around there drinking it, still God's. He's still God's. That's the part you church folks and you religious folks fail to realize. It's still God's child. No matter what they're doing, still God's child. Done. It's the breakdown. Tomorrow, I'll teach you. Each one of these things has scriptures. Each one has scriptures. So each one has scriptures. Look at what happens in 13. You got 12. Look at 14. Look at 15. From the 12th chapter all the way to the 20th chapter, look at what Israel did in rebelling against God. To go against Moses was to go against God. To come back with a bad report is to show you don't trust and believe in God. That's what happened with the children of Israel. But just preaching, and they wandered for 40 years. And God made their shoes grow on their feet and clothes on their back. I didn't know where they were going. Well, God was leading and guiding them, but I thought you said they were wandering. Make it make sense. A person that's wandering don't know where they're going. They have no direction. They are wandering. The thing about it, they want to get mad. How, bro? How? And to read the Bible. Read the Bible. Chapter 21. And when the king Arad of Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, heard tell that Israel came by the way of the spies, then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners down. And they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to compass the land of Edom, and the souls of the people was much discouraged because of the way. Shit, there's a lot of snakes that way. I mean, that's an infested area with snakes. Why we gotta go that way? Say, but listen, y'all ready to come out of this wandering, or y'all want to keep wandering? I'm always put y'all to a test. I'm ready to come on at 10:30, right? I'm ready to come on. My daughter called me 10 o'clock. Daddy, I need to go pick up something right now, Daddy. Look what she said. Daddy, you about to go live? You know I'm about to do my teaching. It's okay. If I don't go get her, Daddy, you know I'm trying to get my mom and stuff together for the funeral. Now I got to hear that. I got to deal with that. Which put her in a place to talk bad about God, because Dad is supposed to be the man of God, right? So I said, okay, I'll be about 15 minutes late. Let me go make sure she good, right? So I go make sure she good. I drop her off. Got a flat. I get out the car. The lug's missing. But the joker tried to steal my tires. So I got 2 lugs. I got 2 lugs. Good thing I didn't go across the high rise. I got down. I said, oh, Lord. She let me get home. It was a test. It was a test. Whole wheel could have came off the car. It was a test. And God will put you through a test to see if you really trust him and believe him. Now, you made it home. Now what you going to do? I'm going to do what I do, God. I'm going to teach. That's what I do, God. That's what I'm going to do. So now, as you read, God say, okay, get them snakes ready. Get them snakes ready. And the people spoke against God and against Moses, wherefore you have brought us out of Egypt to die in the wilderness, for there is no bread, neither in there any water, and our soul loves the life bread. And the Lord sent fierce serpents among the people, and they and much people of Israel died. Go gangster. Go gangster. Go gangster. After they started after the wandering, the snakes. I'm tired of you jokers. Come on, go, Mike. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them, Mike. But God, you just can't, Mike. I ain't kill him. I ain't kill him, Mike. Snakes kill him. But God, you sent the snake. Mike, listen. I don't need nobody going against me. And I don't need nobody to teach nobody to go against me. Because if you wouldn't have did what your daughter asked you to do, you was teaching her to go against me. Because the Bible said, give no place to the devil. Because if I called you to do it, or you're going to do it. So now, after wandering, they didn't always wander. After wandering right here, boom, now we got to deal with that snake. And let's do the snake. And the Bible says, and the snake bit and killed a lot of them. Moses, tell you what, now I need you to get a brass snake and put it on the pole. Now I'm going to see who really trusts me. See, they didn't trust me. They rebelled against me. They rebelled against you. You weren't going to never fix that foolishness. Certain stuff you just ain't going to get out of people, Moses. I already knew this. That they died. Leave them alone. They're gone. But see, the ones who haven't died yet, let's see if they're going to roll with you or roll against you. If they keep their eyes now on that brass serpent, even though the snakes bite them, it won't kill them. They won't kill them. Because they're keeping the eyes on me. I'm going to see who trusts me. I'm going to see who believe in me. I'm going to see who you loyal to me. But God, we was wondering, but Mike, wasn't about you all. It's about what I'm doing. And that's what has happened to y'all in the church. Pastor done made it all about them and their positions. So y'all more concerned about who's the bishop, who's the pastor, who's this and that. Who's talking about me? Who's really talking about God? What do you all really know about God? That's why, Mike, when you get in that 7th chapter of Exodus, I remind them of how Joshua led them. Well, God, Mike. That's why in Exodus and Acts, the Stephen is telling them what Joshua did for them. This why I was always saying, remember what I did for your forefathers? Or you done forgot? Remember what I brought y'all out of Egypt? Or y'all forgot? Remember when, but we was wandering, God. Wandering. Wandering. What the world I'm going to let y'all wander for? I made a promise to Abraham. Abraham, where y'all at, that's where Abraham was. Y'all in the land. But you all had to go through that process. Why? Because going through the process, you get Joseph as a deliverer. Y'all reject him. Y'all reject Joseph. Remember the one y'all put in the hole and sold us? Y'all reject Joseph. Y'all reject him. Then I send Moses. Y'all reject him. Y'all don't even want to listen to Moses. Who? Y'all, Israel. And then I give y'all the commandments. Y'all don't even want to keep my word. Y'all reject Joseph. Y'all reject Moses. Y'all reject my word. What more y'all want? Get them snakes. Get them snakes. So as long as you all keep your eyes on the snake, you're going to be all right. Why, after the 12th chapter, 13th chapter, 14th chapter, 15th chapter, 16th chapter, Miriam dead, Aaron dead, all these other people in positions to die. Now let me see how y'all going to handle it. Let me see how y'all going to handle it. All them denomination garbage, Kojic and full gospel, God shutting that garbage down. God shutting that garbage down. Because all of it played its part in misleading God's people. Reap what you sow, boy. Reap what you sow. All you jokers running around here, the Night Ward Organization, the Uptown Organization, the West Bank Association, boy, God gonna destroy all that garbage y'all doing. He gonna destroy all that garbage. Because guess what? Don't nobody believe in that garbage, but all you old preachers. Them young preachers don't even know what it is. Don't even know what it is. I'm gonna go buy me a goodie and a goodie. And I'm gonna show you the difference between a goodie and a goodie. My son said, Daddy, bring me back a goodie. I brought him a goodie. They laughed at me because I thought the powder goodie, he wanted a goodie. But he wanted the goodie to roll up his marijuana. That's two different goodies. Same word, goodie, two different things. You old people, bye. Y'all organizations, bye. That garbage played out. I tell any one of you old pastors, that organization garbage played out. Show it to me in the Bible. Show it to me. What you say? What you say, God? Moses dead, Mike. That old way of doing things is dead, Mike. What you want me to do, God? Get them young people, Mike. Get them young people. Because the people, everything 20 and over, they done died. You got to worry about them. See them young people? Take them to the promised land. It's just a bunch of young people. Well, all the old people died, Mike. They didn't want to listen. They wanted to do what they wanted to do. They wanted to be rebellious. They thought they knew everything, Mike. So they died. So now get the young people, 20 years and younger, bring them to Canaan. Bring them to Canaan. Bring them to Canaan. You think I'm listening to him? Shh, I wish I would. I wish I would. That old church stuff, play it out. Not church. That garbage they brought in God's house. All that garbage they brought in God's house is played out. And God don't change. No, God will never change. He never changed. But he always allowed different dispensations. Dispensations of innocence. Dispensation of government. Dispensation of the law. Dispensation of grace. God, how you going to deal with Adam and Eve? Well, I'm going to give them the dispensation of innocence, Mike. How? God, they're innocent. What they know? They're innocent. I told Adam, don't touch the tree. They're innocent. But since they messed up the dispensations of innocence, because now they're no longer innocent, But now I'm going to put him under the dispensation of governing. What's the dispensation of governing? I told Noah, I said, bro, y'all govern yourself. Y'all govern yourself. Y'all going to be all right. Y'all, I'm going to just stand back and watch. Y'all govern yourself. But Mike, when I let them govern themselves, here come Nimrod. He go get all the people together in the tower. Oh, I can't let them govern themselves. What the world? Come here, Abraham. Come here. I'm going to make a covenant with you. Make a covenant with you. See how the game go? God never changes. And that what Mr. Herman say. And God never changes. No, God don't change. Y'all do. And God deal with y'all on your level. When they act up, he opened up the ground. When she act up, she died. When he act up, he died. When they act up, he sent the snakes. Did everybody die the same way? No. No. And God never changes. No, God don't change. Y'all do. And he deal with you on your level. He deal with you on your level. So now, I'm going to just grab the books. Open the books. Break it down to you. 12 disciples. Peter, Andrew, James of Zebedee. John, Zebedee, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, James, Alphaeus. You know what? I got in an argument about a couple of weeks ago, right? And it kind of threw me off, right? So, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, right? We know Matthew was a disciple who became an apostle, right? We know John was a disciple who became an apostle. But John came from John the Baptist, right? James and John came from John the Baptist, right? So did Nathaniel come from John the Baptist, right? Now watch this. We got the gospel. Matthew, Mark. Who is Mark? Mark, was you an apostle? Who was you, Mark? I was a disciple of Peter. So you wrote as Peter preached, right? Right? Right or wrong? Let me know now. Yeah, so you wasn't an apostle, you wasn't a disciple. You were a disciple of Peter. Okay, got you. Luke! What the world was you, Luke? Luke! Luke! Remember Luke? You was a Gentile. So Luke, was you an apostle? Luke, was you a disciple? Was you a disciple? What the world was you, Luke? Mike, I was an acquaintance of Saul. Say Paul, bro. Say Saul, Paul, Saul, Paul, Saul. Where Luke come from? Man, that's why he was always walking and talking. Everywhere I went, Luke was with me. That was my partner, man. That was my main man. So he writing. Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. So you mean tell me they do it? I'll wait. I'll wait. Dude ran out there about 2 weeks ago. Murked him. Murked him. Ah! Okay. Already know. Y'all don't know the Bible. Who taught it to you? Don't rely on pastor because he don't know the Bible. What did you know it for? Because whatever he tell you all, you was going to believe it. Lord Jesus, help us. We don't have an earthly clue about who God is because we so used to following man and listening to man. Luke was a Gentile who was an acquaintance of Saul. Jews and Gentiles didn't get along. So Peter and Luke would have never got along. Well, Luke, how you know about some of the stuff that happened? Some of the stuff people told me. Some of the stuff I was around. What? Some of the stuff, Mike, people told me. So I wrote it. Some of the stuff I was around. Who told you about the bird? Mike. I studied it, Mike. I'm a physician. I can read. I can write. So some of the stuff I studied it. That's why my writings pertaining to the birth all the way through the genealogy is different from Matthew. Matthew give you an understanding. I'm giving you an understanding. Well, what the world going on with the Bible? I'll wait. I'll wait. Look how far we in the life. And we just learning this stuff. Ain't no way possible. Well, what we've been doing for the last 40 years? Wandering. If you have a need, sow a seed. Wandering. 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 We just been wandering for the last 40 years. And learning nothing. Nowhere near advancing towards God. But now, come show me. What the world y'all learned in the last 40 years? In 40 years, what have you all learned? Nothing. Saying the same thing, doing the same thing for 40 years. Their eyes on the serpent that Moses held on the stick. This how it's going to be with the Son of Man when he be lifted up. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, talking about the resurrection and the crucifixion, I'll draw all men unto me. Jesus said, no man take my life, I lay it down. Jesus said, everything the Father told me, I done told y'all because y'all my friends. So now we're past the crucifixion, we're past the resurrection. It was 40 days later on the mountain where we deal with the ascension. After ascension gonna come Pentecost. We know that Jesus is the unleavened bread. We know that Jesus is the resurrection. We know that Jesus did what Aaron couldn't do. He was the fulfillment of the priesthood. Because according to the priesthood, you have to visit it every year. We got to do it the same thing every year. Well, look, we got to do this again next year. Come on now, we got to do this again next year. But when Christ did what he did, ball game. So now, here we are. We're going to go back in that 20th chapter. We're going to go slow. We're going to go back in the 10th chapter of Joshua so you can pay attention to Gaza and the Gaza Strip. When you pay attention to Gaza and the Gaza Strip, you go back to Kadesh and Beersheba. But they came into Canaan. They came into Canaan across the Jordan through Jericho. So now you look at all the stuff that's going on in the world today. Russia, China, Jerusalem, Israel, Palestine. Stay focused on Gaza. Because the Gaza Strip is where they came through. The Gaza Strip is where Joshua fought. Just like it happened back then, it's going to happen again. Ain't my fault. Somebody told me, right? You got your blue folders, right? I'm going to go mail some more out today. I'm going to go out today. Get to the post office. I'm going to show you something. This is your blue folder. In your blue folder, according, We're going I'm going to go back there, and I'm going to bring it up to date, right? We're going to walk Paul's journey, right? And we're going to travel everywhere Paul went. Remember now, this is Macedonia, this is where Europe at. Modern day Turkey. We're going to go right, this is where Rome is over this way. Paul going to travel this whole west coast, all through Asia Minor, all through here, because Paul got to get way up here to Rome. Down here is Palestine and Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Palestine. Right here is the river, right? When I go back in the 16th chapter of Revelation, and we deal with the Euphrates River, right? This river, they say, is going to dry up, right? But you have to understand Jerusalem, Palestine. If you don't understand all this stuff, what Paul did and where he traveled, you will never understand when I break it down dealing with gossip, right? Okay. But the mind, don't worry about it. Don't panic. It's in your blue folder. Don't panic. Somebody told me yesterday, right? It was on the news, right? This is in your blue folder, right? Page 104 at the bottom, it should be, right? This is a thought. Think of the outcome of the diseases that will occur when the next war breaks out, the unsanitary conditions, the outbreak of both old and new diseases, such as we witnessed with the venereal disease, the flu epidemic, smallpox, polio, measles, AIDS, and diphtheria. And there will be little, if any, medical supplies. Say, Pastor Mike, it was on the news that there's a shortage of medical supplies. Oh, it's going to get worse. The white horse, the red horse, the black horse, the pale horse. And all that stuff y'all have in your blue folder. And you've been having it for years, so you can't say I just made it up. You've been having it for years. I've been having this material since 1999. I just didn't understand it then. Oh, but I understand it now. What that meant, unsanitary disease. We just went through the epidemic, whatever that thing was, coronavirus. It's in the air. Wash your hands. It's in the air. Wash your hands. Oh, we got to do more sanitary. And y'all think it's gone? Y'all think it's gone? The white horse, the red horse, the black horse, the pale horse. Watch what God do next. God wouldn't do that. Well, why he sent snakes to kill all those people? God wouldn't do that. Why he allowed the white horse to have a sword to conquer? God wouldn't do that. Why he allowed the red horse to take peace out of the earth where men will kill one another? God wouldn't do that. Well, why he allowed what's going to happen with the economy? He said, don't touch the trees or the oil. Boy, y'all don't see what's getting ready to happen. And it's all God's doing. And you church folks, ain't God gonna heal the land? We gotta pray. Can't pray for this world. You better pray for your souls. This world hit. Been hit. All it would take is someone like Hitler to launch a great war, perhaps an atomic war upon Earth, or someone like Hitler to launch a worldwide Holocaust, or Stalin to create a worldwide Siberia where millions upon million people were killed. What happened during the pandemic? Millions upon millions of people died. I've been giving y'all this material. I've been telling y'all what's going to happen. Ben, and they want to argue about that elementary stuff. Been telling y'all. But I didn't know what I was talking about. But now y'all see it happening. Pay attention to Gaza. I'm going to teach you that Bible. You're going to have an understanding of that Bible unbelievably. All that stuff, right in that book, all of that stuff. See when they get to this point? See when they get to this point? Wild beasts will help to kill that many people. This is due to war and transplanting of people. Billions of people, especially children, will be homeless. The writer is responsible for exposing people to the beasts of the forest and jungle, who will be just as hungry and insane from the lack of food as people will be. Y'all see it on social media. People playing with lions and alligators and snakes and bears. Y'all see it on television. The more they're playing with these animals are biting them. These animals, an animal can smell, man. They can smell blood like nothing. And once they get used to the scent of a human, oh my God. Oh my God. As long as they are in the wild, they're going to eat one another. But now y'all want video playing with alligators and playing with snakes and playing with this and playing with that. And these animals are slowly, surely getting the sense of humans. And once they got that scent of a human, here they come. Here they come. Here they come. I seen a video, the little baby getting out the car. I don't know if it was a fox or what it was. I don't know what, it just came out of nowhere and attacked the baby. Baby could have been about 2 years old. The white horse, the red horse, the black horse, the pale horse, death. It's coming. It's coming. And you should hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nations and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. The picture of the four horsemen of the apocalypse is not a pretty picture. Nevertheless, any thinking, honest person who knows that it is a real possibility with the weapons of war that exist today, the truth is, Holy Scripture says that this is going to happen. The Holy Scripture says that this is going to happen. It will happen right before the events of the end times are to be launched by God. But as terrible as the four horsemen of the events are, they are not the worst judgments that are to take place upon earth. The worst are still lie ahead when the end time itself is launched. These judgments are just the seal judgments. The end time judgments are called the trumpet judgments and the bowl judgments. May God help us to turn to the Lord Jesus Christ for salvation before the end comes. Y'all can have that church garbage. Y'all can have all that faking y'all doing. Just like it could start. Just like that it could happen. While y'all running around here thinking y'all important. While y'all running around here thinking y'all organizations on top. Boy, God gonna smash y'all. Guarantee y'all, boy. Y'all gonna be just like Miriam and Aaron and all them people at Korah. The people at Korah, they got a bunch of leaders together to go against Moses and Aaron. God opened up the ground and killed them. Killed them. Killed them. So all you good fake pastors, all you good lying wannabe church folks, God gonna deal with you. I told you what God said. I ain't saying it no more. I ain't scared to tell you what God said. Put that in y'all organizations and smoke it. All right, good people. Love y'all, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all be careful. Broke it down tomorrow. I'm going to go teach it. I'm going to walk through Deuteronomy 1, 2, and 3 and show you how it was God always leading them according to Deuteronomy 1, 2, and 3, right? I'm going to go back in the 10th chapter of Joshua and break down what happened from Kadesh all the way to from when they was in Egypt all the way to Gaza. I'm going to walk you through this, right? I'm going to take in the 22nd chapter of Joshua, and I'm going to break the 22nd chapter of Joshua to show you what goes against what Moses said, because some stuff that Moses said, but once they got in the promised land, game changed, right? Break that down for you, right? I'm going to go back and walk. I'm going to go back it up to the 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's when they were rebelling. That's when they were wandering in the wilderness according to Numbers. When we get to 21, now they're back on their way to the promised land, and now but they got to go through these snakes. They got to really prove they trust God. They have to really prove they believe God. Why? Because if they don't watch the snake, they're going to get bit and die, right? So now we're going to walk Numbers 11 all the way to 21. We're going to walk it. When we get through with that, I guarantee you have a better understanding that it wasn't no 40 years wandering in the wilderness like these jokers that lied to these in these churches. Brother said, well, okay, because I know one thing. From the time they came to Egypt all the way to right here, dealing with Kadesh up in Nera, that's an 11-day journey. That's an 11-day journey. But it because of what the spies did, what Miriam did, what Aaron did, now they wandering. Now they wandering. Did they wander the whole time? No, because now they back on track, because now God has allowed Moses to put Aaron and the priesthood in place. But God already know Aaron gonna die, so now you get your son Eleazar to be over the priesthood, because Aaron, ball game. Everybody is not gonna make it. Believe that. Pastor Mike told you. A lot of them jokers gonna get exit. A lot of them in these churches. A lot of these old pastors, old bishops, old apostles, all about the murder. All about the murder. What you said, Peter? God is no respecter of person. What he do to one, he'll do to another. Aaron, you messed up. Miriam, you messed up. Moses, you messed up. That's why I don't pay him no mind. I know one thing. God gonna deal with him. God gonna deal with him. The church ain't seen nothing yet. The church ain't seen nothing yet. We was to go to other nations. We was to go to the people, not stay among the people. We were to go to the people. Paul never stayed among the people. That's why Paul traveled. And Paul was sharing the death, the burial, the resurrection, and the ascension, as well as the return of Christ, which y'all sharing. You're going to get a house. You're going to get a car. You're going to get a business. You're going to get a spouse. Where's God? Where's God? Where's God? Where's God, man? Watch the next bombing. Watch the next attack. Promise you. Watch the next attack on the news. Guarantee you, you're going to be right on point. But never lose sight of Gaza. Once they get to Gaza, and they know that. They know that. What is so important about Gaza? Read it. Read Joshua. Joshua gonna tell you. It's no excuse, people. It's no excuse. None. Ain't the Bible not real? Ain't the people in the Bible that? You got that. You one of the ones the snake gonna kill. You one of the ones the snake gonna get killed. I know better, big. I know better. Oh, what this about, Mike? No matter where you go, you still gonna come back to this 12th chapter of Exodus. How? Go, Mike. Number 12 and Exodus 12 go together, because now you're dealing with the geographical of the material things that went on in that certain area. You go back to you dealing with Genesis, Mike. Abraham and Sarah is in certain parts of Canaan. This is why when they come to that certain part of Canaan, That's where Abraham was. That's where Hagar was. I just took them up through the other port to come across the Jordan because when they came out of slavery, they had to come through the Red Sea. When they came through the Red Sea, Mike, they had to get baptized. But look at all the ones that died that came through the Red Sea. Now they got to go through the Jordan. They got to get baptized again, Mike. So I had to take them up across the Jordan. I wasn't about to bring them back through the Red Sea. But why these pastors don't tell us that, Mike? They can't tell you what they don't know. Boom, Bible, 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 Bible. We're on track, baby. We're going to be all right. They can't say he be cussing. I ain't about to do that. God said no. God said sanctify me, Mike. I gave you something I ain't give no one, Mike. So don't expect them to know it, Mike, because I ain't never give it to nobody but you. Oh, they going to run out there, Mike. Don't entertain it. Stay focused on me. That's what Moses and Aaron's problem was. They entertained the people. When you entertain the people, they don't trust God. So they don't care if you don't trust God or not, because they already don't trust God. And let them do them. You focus on me. And I'm going to continue to give it to you. Here you go. Just read it, Mike. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. If I'm lying, come show me. If I'm lying, come show me. I'm going by what y'all say in the chat. If I'm lying, God is good, people. We serve an awesome God. Bird, y'all back, baby? Huh? All right. Real out here. This is the best church in the world right here. It's the best church in the world. We get in that building, whole different ball game. I got some members. I called check on my members in Houston, right? They said, Pastor, until we find a nice location, how about if we just come to New Orleans at least once a month? I said, boy, y'all real. Y'all real, boy. I said, y'all real. Everybody around you not gonna be real. You just want a bunch of real people around you with the love of God, or you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. When you do right by God, watch what the people do. Watch what the people do. You just do right by God, man. Don't holler, don't fuss. Mike, don't do none of that, Mike, because you got to realize, Mike, you have the old and the new. You got a bunch of people. So just explain it. Just talk to them. They really want to know. They really want to have understanding. But they always looking for an excuse. Give no place to the devil. Don't give them no excuse. When they come, don't give them no excuse. So now, just give y'all what the Bible said. I already know we're ahead of y'all. Y'all still trying to figure out all this other stuff. Why? You got 11 to 21. Break it down. 11 to 21. Break it down. 11th chapter of Numbers to the 21st chapter. Break it down. And why God had to bring them through the snakes before he sent them back on the road to the promised land. Because they wasn't moving. They wasn't moving. They were just right in that little area. Right in that little area. Right in that little area. Oh, Pastor Mac, I didn't know what that meant. I couldn't pronounce that word. Right in that little area. Right in that area. This is why the Bible give you mountains. And every mountain has a significant part to play. So now when you read the Bible, okay, I knew they was in this area because of this mountain. I knew they was in the area because of that mountain. I knew they was over there because of that mountain. So this is why the little smaller area. This is smaller. I'm gonna show you something. But I gotta go, but I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna show you something. Right? This is the Holy Land then back in the Bible days, right? This is Goshen, this Egypt, this is where they traveled, this Kadesh, Benera, this is where they came across the Jordan into Canaan, right? These right here, all of these colors are the different tribes of Israel, right? All of these colors are the different tribes of Israel. So I know what Dan was, I know what Benjamin was, I know what Joseph was, because all these colors represents them, right? Now, this the Holy Land today. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Look at look at all the red stuff. Over here, you don't have the Jordan right here. Look, you have Media. You don't have Saudi Arabia. Look at the land today. I mean today compared to back then. So now when they be talking about Saudi Arabia and Iraq and all of these different places, a lot of them places wasn't there then. But when I tell you about the Holy Land now, I could tell you about Lebanon, I could tell you about Syria, I could tell you about Edom, Moab, Ammon, Jordan, Israel. Where was Israel back then? Where was Israel back then? This is then, this is now. If this is where Israel was back then, I mean, this is where Israel is at now, where it was back then. Or did it exist? I'll wait. I'll wait. Gaza always been right here. The Gaza Strip is right here. So now, oh yeah, the whole, a lot of that stuff during the Holy Land then didn't exist. And we gotta pray for Israel. And we gotta. Hold up, bro. Where was it then? Because no matter what, Jerusalem was always there. Jerusalem was always there. That's how I know y'all be tripping. And we gotta pray for Israel, and we gotta do this and that. All right, okay. Remember now, it's 12 tribes of Israel. But even though it's 12 tribes of Israel, Abraham had 6 other children. He had Ishmael by the Egyptian girl, Hagar, and then he had 5 other kids by Keturah. The 6 other children had the outskirts of Canaan. All of that land was given to the children of Abraham. Right now today, they're fighting over the land. But one thing about Jerusalem, it'll never change, because Jerusalem is the place. Jerusalem is the place. This is why Israel have to build the temple. Nehemiah builds the walls. When they destroy Jerusalem, Israel go in and rebuild the temple. Nehemiah builds the walls around the city in Jerusalem. This is why Nehemiah named the gates. And this is why that certain gate is the 8th gate. When you get to John, when Jesus comes into Jerusalem, according to the 5th chapter of John, he comes into Jerusalem through the 8th gate by what? The porch of Solomon, by the pool of Bethesda. Why the 8th gate? Why not none of them other gates? Why that 5th chapter of John is so strong? Why you enter Jerusalem by the porch of Solomon? Why the 8th gate? Nehemiah? Because it's 8 gates to enter into the city of Jerusalem. You built the walls. Nehemiah, Israel, you had to deal with the temple. The Bible deep, man. That's why it don't make no sense to argue. That's why it make no sense to fuss. Because when I get technical, now I'm going to say Jesus is 888. God is 777. But man is 666. The title of the message was The Puzzle or the Game. You want the puzzle or do you want the game? Because either way, I'm going to teach you game. According to the 13th chapter of Revelation, it let us know that man is 666, which is the devil, which is the counterfeit of 777. 888 is the complete. That's why Nehemiah built 8 gates to the city of Jerusalem, right? Okay. The Bible tells us that 666 is a number. It's a man. The average person today, runs behind what on social media? Numbers. The average man wants numbers. He wants the views, he wants the comments, he wants all the numbers. But the numbers are 666, which is a man. I keep telling y'all, the Antichrist is a genius. He's a genius, man. And if I can get you running behind numbers, sooner or later, I'm going to get you. Because you're attracted to numbers. You're attracted to the comments. You're attracted to the views. Everybody wants numbers. 888, we don't push it. 777 is the completeness of God. 666, man, counterfeit. That's why social media is the way it is. All right, good people. That's that game right there. How could I teach you 666? How could I teach you 777? How could I teach you 888 if I don't teach you numbers? The book of Numbers deals with numbers. That's why he named it Numbers. Because the whole book is going to deal with numbers. I know y'all knew that, dude, right? Y'all knew that, right? Well, we got some work to do. We have some work to do. Man, we have some work to do. And the work is going to be helping a lot of people to detox, to get all that foolishness out of them so that they can receive God. John said it best. John said, try the spirit by the spirit. John said, there are an Antichrist and many have already come. He said, but one thing about the Antichrist, he will never, ever, 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 ever admit that God came in the flesh. He'll never admit that. He'll never admit that. That's how you know the spirit of the Antichrist. He will never admit that. That's why John said, try the spirit by the spirit. Listen, listen, pay attention. You're going to know. Keep your eye on that snake. You're going to know. Keep your eye on the one that was lifted up on that cross for you. He definitely going to let you know. He definitely going to let you know. We're ahead of the game, people. We're ahead of the game, man. One thing about God, he'll never leave you nor forsake you, man. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. I think I've done my duty for the day. Y'all got it. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach it. Today, I was just breaking it down. And I have to remind myself to go slow. Y'all be on here, just say, Pastor, slow down. Go slow, slow down. I know it. And because I know it, I could just rattle it off. I could just rattle it off because I know it. But just because I know it, that don't mean you all know it. So you all have the right to say, stop. You all have the right to say, slow down. Even if I'm going too fast, just put up a bunch of whole lot of mean faces. That means, Pastor Mike, slow down. Slow down, Pastor Mike, stop, but you're going too fast. That way I can say, okay, and let me read it again. Let me go over it again. Let me show it to you again. Other than that, you got to go and watch the whole hour. Nobody got that kind of time. Nobody got that kind of time. That's just like watching a movie. You can watch a movie 100 times, and every time you watch that movie, you see something you didn't see before. You see something you didn't see before. Every time you read that Bible, every time you read it, you're going to read something. I didn't see that. I read that chapter. I didn't see that. I read that. I didn't see that. I read that. I didn't see that. So in the teaching, I'm going to go slow, so you can grab. I'm going to go slow so you can grab that. Once you grab that, then as you look at it and you got it. You got it. Man, I'm telling you, boy, y'all going to be sharp, man. I'm telling you, y'all going to be sharp. Better yet, we're going to be sharp together. We're going to be sharp together. And we ain't mad with nobody. We're not upset with anyone. We trying to get there. We're trying to get to the new city. We're trying to get to the new Jerusalem. We're trying to get to where God is leading, where God is guiding, where God is protecting, where God is providing for us, just like he did for the children of Israel. Because that's the only way we're going to get to where we're going is with God. For as the Bible said, with God, all things are possible. Without God, nothing is impossible. You won't be able to do it. You need God, man. You need God. With God, nothing is impossible. With God, nothing is impossible. But without God, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And this is what it's about when he brought them out of Egypt, taking them all the way to the promised land. It didn't have to take 40 years. It could have been done in 11 days. But when you look at it, it was done in 11 days, because in 11 days, where they went spied out the land of Canaan. But they couldn't inherit it. They couldn't take over it. Why? Because they really didn't fully trust and believe God. So by the time they made it into the land, everybody that crossed over that Jordan believed and trusted in God. Now, whatever they did once they got there, that's a whole different story now. Tomorrow, right? Remind me. I'm gonna show you something. I gotta go. Remind me. I'm gonna show it to you tomorrow. I want to show you something, right? Remind me tomorrow. I'm gonna show it to you. But you know, people be running their mouth saying stuff. I've read it to you before. I meant to do it then, but some kind of way I get to teach it and I got sidetracked, right? But in the teachings, I'm gonna go back to the Judges. I'll show it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna break it down. I'm break it down for you tomorrow. Okay, I get in. I'm going to keep going, but so y'all gonna enjoy y'all day, man. Y'all have a blessing, man. I just want you all to really get to know God. I don't knock this person faith belief or that person faith belief. I understand where you are, but you here. Let's get up here. Even if you want to believe that way, that's good, because everybody's not gonna believe the same way, because God directs your path, right? And the thing is that it's 12 tribes. All 12 tribes did not see everything the same way. Bro, all 12 tribes didn't walk the same way. But this is the thing. Even if people are Buddhist, people Muslim, people Christian, whatever, you have some kind of understanding of God. Even if you have a full understanding, you have some kind of understanding of God. It may not be the living God, but you have at least some understanding of God. Some people have no understanding of no God. They dangerous. So now in this, okay, look at it like this. Look at this. Let's start thinking. Let's really start thinking. And the closer we get in understanding this, the closer we get to God. I gotta finish right. I got some other people. Let me go to my I gotta go through YouTube. I gotta go through Facebook. I gotta go through Instagram and write down these addresses so I can get to the post office and drop off these blue folders. Other than that, I'm good. I'm good. That's it. And then you don't like. Well, he don't say that no more. He don't talk like that no more. He don't do that no more. Like Moses the first time, he had to hit the rock. That was the first time. He ain't hitting the rock no more. He's going to have to speak to it. So now he have to take God and put God out front. Okay, God, what you want me to do? Just speak to him, right? Just let him know I love him. Let him know you love him. Let him know it's gonna be all right. You know, don't get caught up in that. Just all right, God. All right, God. We good? We good. We good, people? We good. Because, you know, a lot of people really want to learn. A lot of people want to know. Now, I might snap, but, you know, God might pop me upside my head, but it's all good. I bet you all learn. I bet you all get a better understanding of this book. Let me get up off this thing, man. Go check on moms. Make sure everybody all right. Get with these children. Make sure they good for the funeral Friday.